Welcome to the Sunday Night Talk, the show where we answer the questions: were the games we watched on Sunday the greatest part of our day? A distraction from our family? Or a way to relive our childhoods? Have you ever thought, why don't they play football like they used to? Can you remember waiting all week just to watch one matchup? Do you remember rushing home to watch SportsCenter? Do you even remember what SportsCenter is? If you can answer yes to those questions, this is the show for you. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez, and along with me is my longtime friend, Omar Carmona. Each week, we watch as many games as we can to see what made us laugh, cry, and genuinely drove us absolutely crazy. And we do that by giving out weekly awards. If you have award winners yourself, you can drop a comment under the video. Thank you so much for listening, and please hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. It's how our little show grows. And if you like what you see, please take a look at my other shows on the channel. There's stand-up comedy, the movie series, and my one-on-one interviews. Now, on to the Sunday Night Talk. Welcome back, everybody. It is 10:27 p.m. Central Time. It is week 8. This is the Sunday Night Talk. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez. Co-host Omar Carmona is here. He is wearing a 49ers hat and shirt this week. I was a little worried about you last week wearing Commanders gear. I thought you were like...
I was hoping to get a big win, and I was trying to, I felt bad for my team that I was wearing other swag last week. So I did want to wear something 49er this weekend, but it didn't help, Pat. That was a bad game.
Yeah, for a second, I thought you were like computer generated or something. I thought you were AI Carmona for a second. I was like, is Zoom creating people on the other end here? It just didn't make sense to me. So that's
a good point.
I'm back to feeling a little better. Like I went, since there was no Raiders game in week 8 here, we had the bye, thank God. I went with my like non-game worthy wearing Raiders clothing today. So look at my parking safety hat today for the Raiders.
I like it. I do like that.
Overall, I'm feeling good. I'm very visible today. So it's week 8. So we're exactly halfway through the season. We're recording this as Sunday night wraps up. We'll get to that. So I thought I would throw at you my week 8 storylines in the NFL through week 8.
Through week 8. What are your big storylines, Pat?
Through week 8, I think we have enough to really make a good assessment of this season so far. So, all right, here we go. Main storyline number 1: the Broncos are for real and they're spectacular.
A very for real team. We saw them come back and beat the Giants last week, and then they followed up with a huge offensive performance. I mean, they basically played 5 straight quarters of just, we can score on anybody. Although I don't think scoring on Dallas is that impressive anymore.
Yeah. Okay, I'll run through the storylines and then we'll go in depth with each one. Broncos are real and they're spectacular. Storyline number 2: Aaron Glenn and the Justin Fields year 1 experiment was a flop, but I think there's still hope.
Okay.
Storyline number 3: Indianapolis is the best team so far. Biggest wins being Denver and the LA Chargers. Next storyline: the AFC West and the NFC West are quite possibly the best divisions in the league. So someone is going to be getting left out in these divisions. Storyline number 4. Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders, also owns the Las Vegas WNBA team, which won the WNBA championship this year. Should have named that team the Las Vegas Raiders women's basketball team. We could have had a championship.
I like that. That'd be a good. That's for the suggestion box, Pat.
Yeah, just name every team you own the Raiders. That one's a little more for me. And then last storyline through week 8. Everybody loves a bye week. If you lost last week and you have a bye, you feel like you can reboot. If you won last week, you're like, hey, we won. We're getting healthy. Have you
Yep.
ever heard anybody say like, "Oh, dang it, we have a
No,
bye next week"?
these bye weeks are welcome, and the players love them.
Well, let's go through first storyline. We started a little bit on it. The Broncos are real and they're spectacular. They basically did whatever they wanted today against Dallas. They're coming off that 33-point fourth quarter to the Giants. So, Broncos, maybe we owe them an apology from the first couple of weeks where we're like, what the hell is this, Broncos? I don't know anybody who could really go in there and just handle the Broncos right now. Do you?
Bo Nix, 4 touchdowns, getting a huge rushing game. They just ran. It was the running game for the Broncos today that just Dobbins going for over 100 yards, RJ Harvey, 2 touchdowns, and then the receiving core, Troy Franklin, 6 catches, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's just this is just consistency all over. Everyone's getting involved. They're spreading the ball around. Bo Nix definitely's got that team, and Sean Payton, they have that team in the right direction.
I also was really impressed by like the creative play calls. Like right when you thought it was going to be a run, they threw a pass. Right when you thought they were going to pass, it was a little swing out run. Like it was like Dallas was on their heels pretty much the whole game.
Right.
Dallas couldn't help but hurt themselves a million times in this game. But like any good team, Denver was just like, oh, let me just take advantage of this free play. Let me take advantage of this encroachment. It was unbelievable how Denver really did anything they want. Bo Nix looked completely comfortable. So I think Bo Nix has entered the MVP talk. Do
Yeah,
we need
quite.
to put him in the candidacy?
I think we should.
I
He's
think so too.
playing up to it. He's playing up to the billing. So, and again, this may be the year that somebody overtakes the Chiefs out in the AFC West. So this could be Bo Nix's year.
They looked really good today in a game that like this was like, oh yeah, you got to roll this team. You're at home, you're coming off a win, and they did exactly that. Like how many times have we seen a team fall flat when they should be
Dak,
good on the big stage and they weren't? Denver was just like, "Oh, we're just going to do anything we want to Dallas." On the flip side, Dallas looked pretty horrendous today.
Dak
The
Prescott could not
penalties,
get it. They couldn't get it going. Dak Prescott played a miserable game.
miserable game. I mean, that's the only word I can think to describe it. It was miserable. It's just the little thing of like going into halftime. They're in Denver. They've got a kicker who can make it from 70. They're like about on the 50 and they're like, "Okay, well, let's just get something to get points." And Dak throws just a horrible interception on a pass he didn't need to try and make. And then it was effectively over
Yep.
after that. It was rough. I'm ready to write off Dallas. I don't and
I'm ready to write. The
I'm
defense,
fully expecting Dallas to play good next week. And when I come on here next week, don't let me say Dallas is in the running again because they're not.
they're not. That
They
that
do
defense
this.
is not it's not a playoff defense.
No, they're not. They're just really bad on D, which we already know. They're really depleted, all that stuff. But their offense is not depleted, and they're probably just the offensive equivalent of the defenses. It's bonkers how bad they were today. And if they play good tomorrow or next week, forget it. I'm not falling for it this time.
Yeah.
Oh, just the one weird thing on Denver though, they have the most penalty yards of any team in the league, and they have a cornerback who is the most penalized defensive back in the league.
Yeah.
Kind of little strange little tidbits to this Denver team.
I think that goes more to the aggression of that defense. It's a very aggressive defense. They're very good.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those stats you scratch your head and you just go like, okay, well, that's just an anomaly. These are just weird things because I mean there was nothing they didn't do well today. Even jersey selection today.
Oh,
The orange crush was so beautiful out there.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved watching those two uniforms. It just felt like an old
Yeah.
80s game. Like it just felt like John Elway was gonna play against the Troy Aikman, and it felt awesome to watch.
Yeah, Dallas uniform complemented it well out there as well. Like we had the 1978 Super Bowl rematch. We had games from the 80s and 90s. It makes me wonder why they ever went away from that orange uniform.
Oh, I wish they would
And
bring
I,
it back, Pat.
yeah, like they could totally bring it back. Like I think they, you know what I think what happened was it was they hadn't won any Super Bowls yet, and it was like kind of getting to the end of Elway, and they changed their uniforms, and then they won two Super Bowls, and they're like, well, we have to stay with this uniform,
Right.
and it
Right.
just sort of stuck
It's
and
stuck, and
stuck, and it's a
it's
good
been like this
uniform.
for many years now.
It's a good uniform, but this one's better. So, uh, Denver, real and they're spectacular. Bo Nix, MVP candidate. Next headline: Aaron Glenn, Justin Fields experiment was a flop, but I think there's hope because we just go back to other coaches in their first year and how they struggled. Dan Campbell, Jimmy Johnson. Give it a little time. I'm a little fearful because this is Aaron Glenn's first head coaching job.
Right.
Justin Fields may be broken as a quarterback or as a person. So I
I
don't
feel
know if
bad.
he's
I
coming
feel bad.
back.
I feel bad because he is trying. And you can't say the Jets have given him all the tools he needs to succeed. That offensive line, sometimes they seem to they allow their running backs to pick up big chunks of yardage, but then sometimes it seems like just Justin Fields doesn't have enough time out there. But on the flip side, sometimes when Justin Fields does have enough time, he's not making the right decisions. I think
Mm-hmm.
obviously I think Aaron Glenn obviously there's his position as head coach is firm. I think he's on strong ground. So I'm not worried about him losing a job. I just don't think Justin Fields will come back next year.
And they got their first win today. So it was a great
Yeah,
storyline for the Jets. And they had that tragedy in the morning where one of their players from a long
Nick
time ago
Mangold died.
passed away. Not an
Yeah, that
old
was
guy, but he had liver cancer or something.
a kidney
That
disease.
was
Yeah.
kidney. Yeah. Yeah. Really tragic. I'm glad it was a good day for Jets fans and New York Jets
Well,
organization in general. And
I mean, on the flip side, the Bengals defense, that's another Dallas Cowboys type defense. They couldn't stop anything.
yeah, Bengals were a big disappointment today. Like we're coming off like a real Joe Flacco high, and they come out and their defense allows 39 points to the Jets, and Flacco has an opportunity at the end and doesn't come through. Kind of a bummer for these Bengals. Cincinnati, I mean, you just can't go forward in this league having lost to Jets. I'm sorry.
No.
You can't. Like, I'm not confident in any of your future games now because I know this is your potential. It was it was a strange game for Cincinnati at home, mind you. Very strange. Um, Brings me to this one point in that Jets game. The Jets are down 14 points in the fourth quarter. They score a touchdown. They're down 30-38, and they decide to go for two. And even the announcer is like, this is an interesting call. And then they
Right.
line up to go for two. He's like, this is really interesting. He's confused by it. And Aaron Glenn's weird go for two gamble works out because they win by one.
It worked, Pat. It worked.
It worked. And then the play itself was weird. Did you see that 2 point play?
Yeah,
They yeah, they pass it, and then at first they call it short. They have to review it, and they're like, it's good. Strange. Very strange ending to that game. But for once, the Aaron Glenn gamble worked out today. So I'm gonna give them there's hope
there is
with
hope. There
Aaron
is
Glenn.
definite hope.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it includes Fields or not, but Aaron Glenn with the Jets, there's there's some
I think
hope. I'm
I
gonna
agree. There's hope. There's hope.
okay. All right, next headline. Indianapolis is the best team in the league so far. I watched them today, and they basically could have won that game against the Titans with 10 players on the field today. I don't think they've had one misstep all
No.
season. I think they're the best team in the league right now.
They run, they pass, they play defense. They win in the trenches on the defensive side, on the offensive side. They're dominating both sides of the line of scrimmage. This team is the most complete team in the NFL right now.
So you agree that this is our best team in the league as of right now?
They are playing like the best team in the league. Yes.
Yeah, they just steamrolled the Titans. Like it was like just the fans were like not even watching a football game. They were watching like a football exhibition. And they're like, hey, we're going to go see our team kill some team. Yep, that's how it went. Let's all have a good time and sit in the stands and watch our team do whatever they want. And it's not only like luck is on their side too, because wherever Daniel Jones throws the ball up in the air, it somehow ends up in Colts receivers' arms. On a one pass, a Colts armpit. He just is running and the ball just lodges in between his arm and stomach for a touchdown. One of just like, luck is on your side. Fate is on your side this season. So Colts are the best team in the league so far. I'm gonna pull up their schedule. I want to see what's next for them because our next question becomes, when's the next marquee game
For
that
the
Colts
Colts?
are playing? Yeah, like who is their next big opponent that we have to really test them? I'm going to bring up their schedule here. All right, the Packers Steelers went final. Packers win. Jordan Love went full robo quarterback. I think he had like 20 straight completions at one point.
Well, next week they're going to the Steelers.
Okay.
And then they are at Falcons. I'm sorry, Falcons at home, then at Chiefs and Texans at home.
Okay, that Chiefs is looking interesting. And then Texans. Okay, Colts. I'm giving you best team in the league right now. All right, let's talk about this one. AFC West and NFC West. NFC West took a little bit of a hit today with your Niners losing. But somebody's going to get left out of these strong divisions. AFC West, easy. Raiders are going to be left out. But Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, is it possible we can get a 3-team into the playoffs, or is one of those teams going to be left out?
I think both divisions can say they have 3 contenders. I don't see the Cardinals as contending in the NFC West, and I don't see your Raiders contending right now in the AFC West.
Well, no, I wrote them out already. I'm saying, is the AFC West, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, can all 3 get into the playoffs, or someone's going to be left out?
No, potentially. They will be all 3 in the playoffs.
Potentially. Yeah, there's really strong teams. NFC West, Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cardinals. Cardinals and Niners looking at the bottom half of that one.
Right.
So maybe that's going to work itself out. Niners did not look good today. What do you think happened to them today?
Just the injuries have finally caught up, Pat. The injuries just finally caught up.
Long flight? Could we blame the flight? Hotel air conditioning? Because they did not show up for that game.
No, bad game today. They just looked offensively challenged. Was not a good week for the Niners.
On the flip side, I mean, Houston's offense looked pretty great today. What are you eating? What are you eating over there? Now you're having. What's going on?
I got some cookies, Pat.
Okay. Oh, look at that! Wow, are those homemade? Did you make cookies?
They were ordered.
Ordered. Oh my God! You know what I did during the Sunday night game today? I just made a huge pot of spaghetti.
Good for you.
That's all I did. I was just cooking up stuff. I was like an Italian grandma during the game the whole time. I'm slicing garlic, putting Parmesan everywhere, putting it in little Tupperwares afterwards. I just turned it into a one-man show during the football game. And you're eating cookies over there. So we got a lot of calories we packed on.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of carbs. All right. Mark Davis, I think we're in agreement. Just name all your teams, the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm okay with that.
And make the uniforms the same colors. Now, all of a sudden, you've got like this college atmosphere. You root for the Lady Vols, but you root for the volunteer football team too. And then lastly, everybody loves a bye week.
Everybody loves a bye week.
Everybody loves it's almost like a little mini spring break. You get a break, you reset. You can enjoy the Sunday games without the fear of your team losing.
Right.
So the bye, and there's only one bye week now, right?
Yes.
They took
Only one
away,
bye week.
yeah, they took away the second one a few years ago. Yeah, yeah, those are my storylines through week 8. Anything through these first 8 weeks that you've really noticed in the NFL? Anything you've really liked? Anything you're
Well, we,
concerned
we, we
about?
we talked about it, just like some up and coming teams, Patriots, Colts, um,
Up and comers, that's a good one.
Chargers just come up in the AFC, especially Broncos, kind of, we were expecting we were thinking about, we're going to be talking about the Bills, we're talking about the Ravens again, Bengals with Joe Burrow, and then of course the Chiefs. And we got these other four teams that are coming back saying, no, no, we can do it.
Yeah, yeah, up and comers. Like this is a good year for the contenders right now because if you were to say like, oh, Philly and KC are the class of the NFL, like they look beatable. Like there are teams that can really challenge them. So week 8, up and coming. All right, let's run through the games. I wrote kind of like one line for every single game today that we can build off of. Let's start with the early games. We had Miami at Atlanta, Miami 34, Atlanta 10. I wrote this one line. Tua wears sunglasses in the pregame, and Kirk Cousins makes an appearance. What
That
what
was
what week did we predict Kirk Cousins would start a game? Because we were right on that one.
He was going to start a game, but it was ugly too. I was
Cousins? Yeah.
disappointed. I was hoping Kirk Cousins would get a big win.
Oh, really? Well, the Dolphins, you would have thought that. All of a sudden, the Dolphins look like Dolphins from 3 years ago because they actually were not bad.
Right.
The Dolphins. Tua is wearing like a face mask shield now because he said the lights in the stadium of Atlanta were too bright. So he came out with these sunglasses on in the pregame. And I was like, what's Tua doing? But he said it's too bright in Atlanta Stadium. Kind of a game where, like, just flip it. Atlanta 34, Miami 10. I don't think I would have cared any other way. And it's like, all right,
No,
just
these
sort of.
teams will not. These teams are not going to be in the conversation for a Super Bowl.
On the flip side, is it Josh McDaniels, the Miami coach? Probably kept his job another week.
At least, yeah, maybe.
Got him, made
That's
him
huge.
another week.
Got him
Make
another
it to
week.
Halloween. Next game, up and comer list, Cleveland at New England. How about some Drake May MVP talk?
I saw some Drake May. He had, in the pregame show. Gronk interviewed him, and they even got Tom Brady, who was getting a massage. I think when they FaceTimed him, that was kind of weird that he'd just be randomly getting a massage.
Massage is very tricky grounds for the NFL. NFL's got some massage history that's not so good. Interesting, Drake May. Well, he looks sharp today, 32-13 against Cleveland. If he stays healthy, it seems like he's getting better every single week. Maybe the Patriots overall look like they're getting better every single week. It makes me wonder how the hell did this team lose to the Raiders? I don't know, but it was week 1.
It was week 1.
Week 1, so long ago. So you like a little Drake May MVP talk right now?
Yes, I think I don't know about him. He's not running away with it, or he's
No,
not
he's
number
just
one.
he's just in the he's just running. He's a candidate.
Right. He's in the running.
He's in a candidate. We got a long way to go. We should make our MVP short list for week 8 just so we can keep tabs on it. Okay, this was an interesting game and kind of sad. New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly 38, Giants 20. Horrible Scatterboo injury that happens. And it just seemed like this was one of like the good storylines of the year so far. And he goes out in a cart, broke his ankle. And it was just like all the air was let out of the Giants balloon. I feel like the season is over for the Giants effectively.
At this point. But you know what?
It was like, what do we? Yeah.
Scatterboo's out. This is at weeks of court. Weeks after Malik Neighbors was hurt and he lost for the year. He's lost for the year. So it was sad.
Totally sad. And like we had a good 2 weeks of Giants excitement. And I had to remind myself, like, the Giants have only won 2 games, right? So it was just a story that we thought could have been something, and the Giants are actually not good. They're not good. Today they were bad. They gave Philly a run for, 2 quarters. And then Philly, just to upset, I don't know, I think all of America, had that ridiculous tush push early whistle that was a fumble called. Did you watch this?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous with the tush push. We got to do something. The refs are blowing it, the tush push. The tush push
That
is
was
bad. It was horrible.
that was a fumble.
Go
No doubt
like
in my mind.
go back, and anybody with 2 eyes, go back and watch that play and tell me if you would rule it any other way than a fumble. I
He was
don't.
still moving forward. He hadn't even come close to being stopped at the line. And basically it was a terrible thing because then they spotted it at a spot where he ended up. So if that's the case, it's like then he was moving forward and the ball was still live, you
There
know?
was there was some really bad refereeing today in general, but this one was the absolute worst. Where it's like, let me reach for some more yards. Oh, the ball got knocked out. Whoa, whoa, hold on. We're gonna mark it where you reached. Like, what rule is this? Very strange. Even in this Sunday night game, there was some weird ones. So I felt bad for Scattaboo and watching all the Giants on the sideline just being kind of distraught. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if the Giants win like 2 more games the whole season and that's it. Because what's to root for anymore? What's to cheer for in this Giants team?
Right.
I just hope they don't get any Jackson Dart injuries or anything like that.
Oh gosh.
Philly keeps winning. Next game, this is definitely a one-line game. Buffalo at Carolina, 40-9. I just put cruise
Buffalo
control Bills.
Buffalo just reestablished themselves as dominant. The Panthers, who by the way will get I like the uniforms today for the Panthers. I did like that. I'm liking the matte finish on helmets.
Yeah,
Um,
that helmet looks good in matte. What'd you think of the Steelers one tonight? That
I like
yellow.
I like the I like
It
the
was
matte
good.
helmet.
Mm, okay. Yeah, that was a total one-liner. It's almost like this kind of blowout game almost hurts the Josh Allen MVP candidacy because it was just such an easy win. He didn't really get to showcase anything. They just killed him. It's like the MVP is the Heisman of the NFL. Like, and you need that Heisman moment.
Yeah, and this wasn't going to help.
And this didn't help because it was just too easy. So, all right, Buffalo's on track. They lost 2 games. They went on a bye. Everybody loves a bye. And now they killed Carolina. Next game, Chicago at Baltimore. Chicago had won 4 straight. Baltimore had won 1 game all year. And Baltimore kind of killed Chicago in this game. Caleb was bad
Yeah,
in this game.
did not look good.
Didn't
And
look
they
good.
had their chance to win the game.
Yeah.
They had their chance to take over again, but they just couldn't do it.
Well, they did the classic NFL trick the fan thing where they have the very first drive is good. Like they drive down the field, they got a field goal, and you're like, all right. And then
Yeah,
they can't do that for the rest of the game. And
right,
it took a couple of drives where I'm watching it and I'm like, the Bears never throw down the field, right?
right.
Everything is underneath, run, underneath. They do not throw down the field. And I think Baltimore just figured it out
Yep.
and they got them. And then Chicago would finally get to the 1, to the 5, and they couldn't punch it in like every single time. And I watched the game with my sister-in-law's mother. So I don't know what you would call that. In-law's mom. and
You're
and
good.
yeah, and even she is like, I hate when they get to the 1 because they can't get in. And like the Bears guy is running down the sideline and she's freaking out because she's like, just get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. And he doesn't get in. And he's like, I can't watch goal line. She said with her own words, I can't watch goal line. Those were her words. So, and she was dead on right. The Bears could not punch it in. And Baltimore just slowly took the air out of Chicago, 30-16. It was bad. I think the Bears tricked us for a month that they're good. They're not good.
They're not good. They're not good.
They're not good. Caleb had a horrible
But again,
interception.
they're trending upwards. Can we just say that this isn't like the Bears of the last few years?
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
The
New
offense,
coach.
the offense looks better. Caleb Williams, although not a good game today, he looks better.
Yeah, I'll say overall he looks better. Um, he had a horrible interception that killed any comeback drive potential. Whereas one of those things you're like, I don't know why you threw that. Like the window
Yeah.
isn't there. Am I seeing something you're not? He still does the roll right, throw a bullet down the sideline play. It's whatever it was they had 4 weeks ago, they didn't have today. And I don't know if Baltimore's good or not. Their record would say that they're not, and yet they just did anything they wanted with the Bears after that first drive.
Huntley got a big win.
Tyler Huntley, did you see Tyler Huntley's sleeves under his jersey?
Right.
He had the biggest sleeves coming out of his jersey. It was like a sweatshirt that he
Yep.
cut off right here. I was like, with all like the form fitting and compression wear that players have these days, Huntley was wearing like Rocky Balboa's sweatshirt from 1982. It was really weird to see. And then how about, did you see Lamar on the sideline?
I saw that big chain.
He had a huge chain. He's smiling and laughing and joking. Lamar had a great Sunday.
He had fun.
I don't know if he's coming back or not, but he seems completely content where he is there. It was a little weird to see. I was like, should you be taking this more seriously, Lamar? Well, maybe this is how you should be. I didn't really come to a decision on it. Now, like, is Baltimore going to trick us the rest of the season? Or like we going to have to talk about Baltimore?
We're only talking about Baltimore if Lamar Jackson is healthy.
And we still don't know when that is. We're just,
I think possibly he may be starting next week.
okay. Well, they're 2-5. Who's in their division? Cleveland.
Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh who all lost.
Oh God. Well, God, maybe we do need to talk about Baltimore then. Maybe they're going to be the sneaky come from behind NFC North team. I'm hearing that in my head, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. All right, we talked about your team a little bit already. Houston's offense was like, "Oh, you showed up today, Houston." I think Houston was like,
I just hated that CJ Stroud's been awful all year. And next thing you know, he looks like prime Michael Vick against the 49ers.
he was throwing the ball like Michael Vick today. He was just snapping that ball pretty much wherever he wanted on that field. He has some great throws today. I think Houston just is one of these teams is like, all right, week 8, let's start the season. Because have they done anything all year? I don't think so. And I think it also helped that they wore these weird alternative uniforms. So I didn't even know it was Houston for a whole quarter and a half. I was like, oh, that's Houston? This team's pretty good. Houston, is there any reason to talk about Houston?
No.
No, you're writing them off. This is a fluke.
Yeah, we don't need to talk much about them.
All right, fluke Houston. That takes us to the late games. We talked about Dallas and Denver. I'm writing off Denver. I told you, don't let me come back here next week and say, Dallas look good if they put a few don't let me do it.
Won't do it.
Don't let me do it. And then 2 real snoozers in the afternoon. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. The best thing about this Tampa Bay game was at halftime, New Orleans switch quarterbacks and they start their backup, and the New Orleans crowd goes nuts. Nuts. It was the best part of the game. And the camera was on the crowd, and guys were like holding up their jerseys. I was like, wow. He had a few good completions, but nothing.
Well, I think, but it also highlights just how bad Spencer Rattler was, though.
Yeah, he was bad. He was bad last week against the Bears too. He was that tip ball by the lineman that got intercepted and got a touchdown. It was the ultimate insult because his pass gets tipped, the lineman catches it, and then just stiffs arms Spencer Rattler to the ground as he runs in to the end zone. So this is another game that hurts the MVP Heisman Baker Mayfield because this game was too easy.
Yeah, too easy, but he's still he won the game he was supposed to. They dominated. No reason to break his back over this one.
And in the last game, Tennessee at Indianapolis, they killed them 38-14. We think Indianapolis is the best team in the league. Tennessee is just a complete mess. Cam Ward is going to give you 3 potential picks,
I
a
think
half, not even a
I
game,
think
a
right
half.
now, at least when you're looking at the Jets and Titans, who's worse or worse off. Right now, you're thinking the Jets are worse off because at least Cam Ward is supposed to be a franchise quarterback.
Right, right. Yeah, we're at the tail end of judging Justin Fields, whereas Cam Ward, we're just at the beginning of knowing how low he can go. We don't know. Oh, I was going to do this at the top, but let's do it now. Let's predict who's going to get the number 1 draft pick. Who are our candidates? We got Tennessee. We got the New York Jets. Baltimore has 2 wins. Las Vegas has 2 wins. Would you put them in the running for the number 1 draft pick?
They're in the running, but I think the Jets are ultimately going to win it.
Baltimore, you got Baltimore in the running as well? Okay.
Mm,
I'd put them at the 4th. Anybody else we should include in the running
no, I think
for
those are the teams.
for our worst Oh, Miami?
Oh, they should be there too.
I could see Miami losing the rest of the games this year. I really could.
I can too.
Okay, let's put Miami in the running. Anybody else we left out? Cleveland, Carolina. No, I kind of still like Carolina. I don't know why. Oh, New Orleans. Should we put New Orleans in the running?
They're in the running. Wow, there's a lot of bad teams out there.
Okay. Tennessee, New York Jets, Las Vegas, Baltimore, Miami, and New Orleans. Jets have the worst record, right? They've only won 1 game. Everybody else has won 2 or more.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So who do you got? Predict number 1 draft pick. Who's going to have the worst record in the league?
It's going to be the Jets.
Jets. I'm going to go, God, I think it's between the Jets and Tennessee. And just for sake of argument, I'll go Tennessee. I could see them losing all their games. I really could. They are a complete mess, Tennessee. But they're a fun mess. Like, they're not like fighting with each other. The coach isn't like losing his shit. They're like a fun mess right now. Like, even like a little kid soccer team that really doesn't know how to play soccer, but they're having fun out there. They're chasing the ball. I'm going to give Tennessee the 5-year-old soccer team award.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Quick prediction of the number 1 draft pick. All right. Onward. Where are we next here? I went through my headlines. Those were all the games. Give me, before we do trivia, what's your panic level on your 49ers?
I can't do anything about it. You can't panic when you're this hurt. I mean, they're just hurt.
So you're writing off the season? You're hoping no more injuries happen? Like, do you have a sense of what you're hoping for the rest of the year? Because I'm having a hard time with my team as well.
Just want to stay healthy. I just want to stay healthy and sneak into the playoffs, and I think it's possible.
Oh, so you haven't ridden off playoffs and stuff. You're still in the running.
Yes, in the running.
And are we going to see Purdy back ever?
Maybe next week.
Okay, that would be good. They have Kittle back. They have Purdy coming back. I really think they need to do something before the trade deadline, which is when, isn't it? End of this month?
Yep. It's next week, I think.
Yeah. They
Or
really have to make
this week.
a move.
It's this week, yeah.
Because I was texting Uncle Ray about this earlier because he was sending me a whole bunch of Instagram stories about Max Crosby going to the Cowboys. And last week, that would have been a really big pickup for the Cowboys. They need help on D. They were coming off that win against the Commanders. Now I think the season is like, fuck it. But you know who I think should go for Max Crosby is your 49ers.
Yeah, just I'd be worried that we'd be spending a lot of, getting another contract, and we basically, my fear is he'd be the next person hurt.
So you just think the 49ers is just some sort of cursed franchise where
Yes, right now
you,
they're cursed.
you come, they're like the Bermuda Triangle
Yes.
of franchises. So you're like, I like the pick, but by that sense, I don't like any picks because whoever comes here is gonna get injured.
Right.
But I mean, but seriously, you guys need to pick someone up in this before this trade deadline if you're gonna make a run at anything. You have to get somebody. Who do you
I,
who do you think you should get or
I
trade
think
for?
I think we would need help. I think we would need help defensively. Just it's because there's just too many injuries on that side of the ball. We need help defensively.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm saying who do you need to go after this week?
I think obviously Max Crosby would be it. Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati,
Mm-hmm.
someone like that.
Yeah, I think any of those marquee names on a mediocre franchise right now would be interesting. T.J. Watt would be interesting. Miles Garrett would be interesting. Although someone, maybe it was you who sent me this. He was freaking out on the sideline today.
Yeah,
That might be the wild card pick. Is like whoever picks up Miles Garrett, hey, buyer be well. This guy's nuts.
yeah. Well, he took the money. He took the money. He wanted to stay in
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland. There were teams that maybe couldn't have paid him that amount, but
Yeah. So it's going to be a hefty acquisition if anybody wants Miles Garrett.
right,
It's got to be like it's a team that's like we got this is our year to win. Let's put all our eggs in the basket for this year. Hello, Miles Garrett.
right.
Tell you what, like you heard of the blue tent, Miles Garrett? We'll give you your own tent and you can go in there whenever you want and you can have all the freakouts you want. You get your own tent. Sweeten the deal with that. Yeah. Biggest trade acquisition this week is going to be very interesting to see what happens. See who goes where. Like we almost have it every single year now. A big trade. So keep an eye out. Oh, you want to do a Sunday night before we go to trivia?
Sure.
Almost left out Sunday night. What's my big question here? Okay. I'm not quite sure how, but the Steelers faded so bad in this game.
They,
I'm a little inclined to think the Packers are that good, but the stat was the Packers outscored them like 25-3 in the second half.
right.
What the hell happened, Steelers? They were playing pretty good in the first half, and I don't know what happened there to the Steelers at all.
Not good, Pat. Not good.
No, they really were not good. Like we went from like Steelers could really do something to Aaron Rodgers is getting sacked every third play. And then the Packers went, I mean, just on an offensive tear.
Right.
And it seemed to start right when Jordan Love threw that moon ball that their tight end somehow came down with and ran for like 59 yards. It somehow like jump started their offense.
Tucker Kraft, huge game today. Tight end for the Packers. He looked like an All Pro today.
Yeah, and this game was like really good, like hard hitting. There was the potential of fights, and like two of them broke out during this game. And like if you like in the start of the third quarter, I wrote down like, hey, Steelers and Packers in the Super Bowl would be pretty cool. And
Yep.
then the second half happened and I totally scratched it out. But I was like, this was like had a really good vibe to this game going. So Steelers faded hard. A little worried about the Steelers when they play good teams. And lastly, does some Jordan Love MVP talk do anything for you?
Not yet.
This
He's
could have been Heisman moment worthy.
he's been consistent, and sometimes we say like last week we'd like to see a little more from him sometimes, but hey, he won a big game, a big road game, so why not keep him in the mix?
20 straight completions at one point.
Yep.
Oh, Mike, Jordan Love's release point is so good. Look how he throws around TJ Watt here. It was was a great coming out party for Jordan Love, I thought.
Yes.
And in this game had some horrendous referee calls in it. And also like you know what I could do with? I could just do a camera on Aaron Rodgers' face every time there's a penalty.
For
every time.
sure.
There was that one play where he's hard counting and the defense jumps off sides, so he takes the free play, and they don't call the offsides. Did you see that? This was a
Yeah,
blatant offsides, and Aaron Rodgers is like, where's the flag?
definitely. It was
How did
a
they miss that one?
terrible call, Pat. Terrible call.
Then there was the one where Aaron Rodgers is getting sacked and he just throws the ball at the feet of his running back, and then they think it's a fumble, but
A
it's
complete
clear.
pass, right?
Yeah, he's getting pissed off at the referees. There was a lot of calls that took way longer than it should, and then there was a couple of fights. But maybe that's what made the game more interesting. And they replayed that one fight on the punt where the gunner gets totally annihilated. And I thought, like, you know what? I'm surprised there isn't more fights on punts because the gunner on the sidelines always gets really fucked up.
Yes.
That's the one where it's always 2-on-1
Yep.
and they just shove his face in the grass. Like, I'm surprised there's not a fight every single punt because that was brutal, and he kind of like reacted to it. So you're not buying Jordan Love MVP talk. It sounds like.
Not quite, but I mean, look, they're winning football games, so we really can't talk too much about it,
Who do you have as your front runner for the MVP?
I still got Baker. It's Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones right now.
Really?
Maybe even Jonathan Taylor.
Oh wow, we haven't had a non-quarterback win MVP in a long time. A little side note: Chargers impressive win on Thursday.
Big time.
Chargers
Big time.
looking good. I like their uniforms too.
Yep.
Chargers looking very good on Thursday. Okay. All right. Those were the Sunday games. I made spaghetti. You're eating cookies. You're back to 49ers gear, even though they lost. So I think we're trending up. Anything else from Sunday night? Aaron Rodgers against his old team was a good storyline. And then they had Jeff Goldblum do this little weird intro.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah, a little weird, but we want weirdness out of Jeff Goldblum. What are you drinking? Milk over there?
The Diet Squirt.
That's what that is? Diet Squirt. God, I haven't heard anybody drinking Squirt in like 20 years.
It's like we were like in middle school.
Yeah, that was when Squirt was around. Middle school.
That was a big middle school drink, I remember.
Squirt. Maybe it's regional. Maybe Squirt isn't everywhere, All right. I got a couple trivia questions for you before we go to the awards. I think you're going to like these, and I think you're going to be surprised. So I got 3 trivia questions. It's officially time to talk playoffs, seeding, wild cards, what could happen, where teams could land. So a couple playoff questions for you. Here we go. Question number 1. What team, how did I word this? What is the team with the worst record to ever make the playoffs? And I'll give you a little hint. There's 2 of them. Teams with the worst records to ever make the playoffs.
Didn't one year Sam Bradford led a 7-9 St. Louis Rams team to the playoffs?
You're close, but you're incorrect.
Okay, what was it? So it's from the division, right?
Let me see. You're saying St. Louis Rams division. No, none of these teams are in that division.
Oh, then I'm stumped.
But you're right. It is 2 teams had a 7-9 record.
Oh, was one the Bucks?
Not the Bucks.
Okay,
I think they got in one year when they were 9-7 before they went to that extended season.
What do you got?
2 teams, 2010 Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
And the 2014 Carolina Panthers.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that team.
Were both 7-9. and made the
Interesting.
playoffs. Yeah.
Won the division, probably held a
Yeah. I think
had
Carolina
a,
won.
and I think around those times when they started saying, "Look, we just can't give these guys a division game. These
Right.
guys don't earn the right to play a home game."
There was a lot of talk then where it's like, well, if you don't have a winning record, maybe you just cannot make the playoffs. Like maybe just there cannot be a division option from it. There was some of that talk that year, I remember. Okay. Second question. What team has had the best record and has missed the playoffs? Now,
Uh,
this is another one with two teams.
did the did the Patriots miss the playoffs with 11-5?
You got it. Exactly. 2008 Patriots went 11-5.
I remember that was the year that Tom Brady
Was that the Matt Castle year? Tom Brady injured?
It was the Matt Castle year.
You know what they should do? Because I was specifically looking for the broadcast that Mark Sanchez would have been covering, and I can't find it. Like I don't know enough who his partner is to see who they've inserted. They should just keep putting USC quarterbacks
I like that.
as his replacement. You could Sam Castle. We can get Carson Palmer.
Get Matt Barkley.
We could get Matt Barkley. Yeah, we could dig. We get Todd Marinovich.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, like we could go find these guys. Like that would be like kind of fun in itself.
Well, Matt Leinart already does some work.
Leinart would be good. He would fit right in. Like start with Leinart and like work our way out there. All right, there's one more team that went 11-5 who missed the playoffs.
I want to guess maybe when you're the 49ers. I don't know.
It was from 1985, the Denver Broncos
Oh, wow. 11
missed
and
the
5.
playoffs at 11-5. Must have been a strong AFC West that year. Raiders were probably good then, maybe Chiefs.
Right.
That might have been when Seattle was still in the AFC.
Seattle was still in that division back then. Yeah.
The Largent days. All right, last question. What state has the most professional sports teams? And we're talking the big four: NFL, NBA, Major League, and hockey.
California.
California. All right, that's your first place. I got the top three.
I'll do California, Florida, and Texas.
You got 2 out of the 3. California with 15 is the leader. Florida, second place with 9. And New York.
It has to be New York because every team.
Buffalo, we got to factor in Buffalo.
Yeah, and then they have basically 2 teams in every. Yeah, they basically have a team per conference in the major.
Right.
2 basketball teams, 2 hockey teams, 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams, and then throw in Buffalo.
Are you
Buffalo Sabres.
Buffalo Sabres, Buffalo Bills, New York. There are a lot of teams. Are you watching any World Series?
Yes, I love it, Pat. I love it.
Oh, you love it. Are you rooting for anybody in particular? Are you just taking in the game?
I am going for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, really? What's the Blue Jays affiliation here?
No affiliation. I mean, I just don't want to see the Dodgers win again.
Oh, why? You got some West Coast bias? What's your problem?
Yeah, I'm a Dodger hater.
What? Oh, I didn't know this. No love for the for Ohtani.
No, oh, but he is that is greatness, Pat.
He's great. He looks like a robot at the plate. He's just so locked in, that guy. Okay, that was trivia. Let's go to the awards. We do them every week. This week, let's start from the top. Most memorable moment of week 8. It was kind of hard because I don't think we had a marquee game or play or even like a happening. So mine is an overall pick, most memorable moment. And for me, it's just Bo Nix throwing those deep passes down the middle.
Oof, that was some great.
It's beautiful. The spiral coming out of his hand is awesome. His receivers had, there was like 1 or 2 drop touchdown passes too in that game. It could have been way better. So just Bo Nix throwing the ball looks awesome to me.
And my memorable moment's going to be the Jets getting their first win of the year. It's always good to see the last team get off get off the slide, you know?
Right, right. Because every time the last winless team would get a win, like you'd go to Sports Center with Chris Berman, or he'd do the blitz, and he's like, and the New York Jets are finally off the schneid. And you'd be like, what the heck is schneid? I don't know, but that means they finally got a win.
Yep.
There was a great locker room picture of Aaron Glenn celebrating with the team that they put on the Sunday night broadcast. That was just like, you're just like, yeah, what a good day for the Jets, man. Like this
It
was
was a
a
great day for the Jets.
great
Yep.
day for the Jets. Okay, next award, the cringeworthy moment award of the week, which seems to always generate the most candidates for me. I got
This is mine's gonna be easy. Mine's gonna be get
Oh, okay, kick us off.
Scataboo. Scataboo. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
we just hated to see that. And that was awful.
Oh, and like Scatterboo was such like a interesting story for the last month where like the guy's just this like lovable meathead, kind of like Gronk. He's
Right.
ripping his shirt off and he's like a good team player. He's trying hard every single play. And then his ankle gets broken off and he just sits there like waiting for the medical staff, like just emotionless. It's like this guy's just hard as hell, just a hard-nosed guy. And then you're just thinking like, how long till he comes back? Because we need Scataboos.
We need the Scataboos of the world.
We need
Absolutely.
Scataboos. It was National Tight End Day today. I don't know if it came up on your iPhone calendar or not, but the NFL invented a holiday,
It did.
National Tight End Day. And I bet in 3 years we're all gonna be saying like, "Hey, when's National Tight End Day?" Like they're just gonna embed it into our brains. National tight end. Just off the top of your head, who do you think is your favorite tight end of all time?
My favorite tight. That's a great question. I mean, Gronk's gonna be up there, Pat.
Your favorite though? Like you can pick your favorite. He's your guy.
He's up there. He's up there.
He's a pretty good prototypical tight end.
and Antonio Gates is up there. Tony Gonzalez,
All
um,
right, good one.
Shannon Sharp. But if we want to go to my favorite 49ers tight end, it can't be Kittle because I think he's become the best all around time. I'm going to go back to Brent Jones. I'll take a throwback.
That's a good one. I knew you had to go somewhere in that era. To me, like if I had to turn into racist Pat, my ideal tight end is just a big white dude. It's got to be a big, muscly white dude like a Jeremy Shockey, uh,
Oh,
a Mark Bavaro.
those are great ones.
Back in the Raiders' day, Greg Jolly was a tight end that never wore gloves.
I
And
remember that.
I was like, look at that dude. Like, would you want to tackle that guy? Hell no.
Right.
Jay Novacek wasn't a big white guy, but got the job done. Like, if it's a tight end, it's just like a corn-fed white dude
I
for
like
me.
that.
Like, you put in a black dude, they're almost too athletic to be a tight end. It's like, you should be a receiver. You should be something else. You're too athletic for this position. So that's my thought. I want white dudes as tight ends. Oh, sticking with the racism, I got a good cringeworthy moment. Do you know there's a Jets receiver? He's a black guy, and his first name is Arian. Can we do a little better on this, parents? His name's Arian Smith.
Well, is that remember Arian
Cringeworthy.
Foster played for the Texans for a long time?
That was another one. What's with Arian? It's a little too on the nose here. I give that a little cringeworthy. I got this one's got to get the award though. Dallas is down by a ton of points, and one of the defenders makes a big hit on the running back, and he starts celebrating.
Yeah.
So how about celebrating a hard hit, being down 20 after a 9-yard gain? Cringeworthy. Celebrating.
That is a cringeworthy moment.
Ah. All right, next award. Best Innovation Award. This one's, for me, is a Best Innovation Award suggestion. And I think we should be making more use out of the 4K Skycam from Sunday
You like
night.
it?
Yeah, like it's cool angles, and we only get like one segment of it the whole game. So why not a feed Maybe just for the playoffs. Let's just do this just for the playoffs. And why not do the all 22 option online? Like Peacock can give you a choice and you can watch all 22 players in a shot like that. Like college football will do this from time to time. That would be cool. It look like a video game. And by that notion, just for the playoffs, how about a consistent fan cam?
Okay.
And we can just like kind of scan the crowd, get reactions, just have it in the corner on Peacock online, and you can just kind of have three screens on your television, and you can just sort of see more of the game that way.
I would like that. I would like that.
Like we've got the 4K Skycam probably costs what $500,000. It's got
Right.
cables. It's got an awesome 4K. It's an awesome camera. There's a pilot maneuvering the camera. Can we get more use out of this?
We should be able to.
Footballs are hitting the wire now. So like this, we should get more use out of the 4K Skycam. Show us some more shit. So that's my suggestion.
Mine's gonna be. I don't know if I've touched on this yet, but I kind of like that expedited review that they're doing right now in the NFL games.
Yeah.
I'm not making coaches burn a timeout.
Yeah. The NFL, I'm going to give the NFL some credit. They got that right with
Yeah.
the expedited review. No more wasting timeouts. No more like, oh, should I challenge? Should I not challenge? Do coaches even have the red flag anymore?
Right. It seems like why would you need it
Huh.
if they're just gonna be doing that? But I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know what the rules. I gotta see when they use it, when they don't use it. I'm sure there's got to be rules there.
Yeah. What's interesting too, because I've been watching some of the baseball, their review process is just a straight up, let's review it. And then they just review it with all their cameras and then they come to a decision. But what I like about baseball, there is no like enough to overturn, which I never liked. It's just like, all right, let's take a look. He's out. Call it. It's like,
Yeah.
is this enough to turn? I never like the enough to overturn concept. It feels like you're kind of being biased with the call that way. Because like now you're basing on like, oh, what if the ref sucks?
Right.
You know? So that's my best innovation. Let's use some more technology. What do you got? Best innovation award.
Well, that's what I said about the
Oh, the
expedited rule.
Oh, good one. Nice. I like it. Hot take award.
Oof.
All right, mine's very, very hot, so I'm gonna save it unless you need time on yours.
I know you had already done it earlier. I'm writing off the Cowboys. There will not be, they will not be in the playoffs this year.
Well, I agree with that. That's for sure. The Cowboys are, you know what the Cowboys remind me of? The Cowboys remind me of like a spouse or like girlfriend, or it doesn't have to be a girl, a spouse or relationship you have that just sort of gives up and just becomes like hugely fat.
Right.
You know, and at some point one spouse is like, well, let's not have pizza. We had that last night. Let's get a salad. How about a grilled chicken? And then like 3 years later, like the other person's like, I'm getting McDonald's. And you're like, have a good time. Do whatever, man. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the Cowboys. Like, whatever. Don't care. You want to go for it on 4th and 16? Go for it. All right, here's my hot take. I got it from watching the Jets and a lot of this Steelers game. Should we eliminate the extra point and you just go for it every single time?
Well, I was listening to Greg Olson. His hot take is that he believes that short field goals are going to be done because teams would not want to. They'd rather go for it on 4th down than give the ball back. You know, that meaning they'd rather try for the 3 yards and give the ball back. You know,
Oh, yeah.
and then because if you make the field goal, then you're kicking off, and they're going to get good field position. And so you got to do do you want to give them good field position for just 3 points?
Right. Yeah. Is that the field goal all of a sudden has lost a little bit of value.
Right.
So he's considering the field goal. I'm saying get rid of the extra point. You just go for it. You just have a 2-point attempt every single time after the touchdown.
It's possible. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be good.
It could eliminate just all the like insanity of like, oh, consult the chart. Should you go for it? Should you not go for it? You're down, you're down 17. Oh, should I go? The analytics say, like, no, just everybody goes for it. And if you get it, you get it. So I think we're trending that way with the elimination of the extra point. Now, the fact that they moved the extra point back makes it a little more fun. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember my hot take from like 2 years ago was whoever scores the touchdown should have to kick the extra point.
Wow, that'd be great. That'd be
like
great.
like kind of getting fouled on a in basketball. Like you get fouled, you take 2 shots.
He's like a big fullback lining in
Right.
like a kick one.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. So that enters into your strategy of like, all right, we're at the 1, we could hand it off. Oh, but he sucks at extra points. All right, let's run this play. That was another hot take. That one's very hot. Next award, the Casting Couch Award. I went outside the box for mine this week. Casting Couch Award. I want to produce a reality TV show where we just put cameras inside of Jerry Jones's office so we can see him firing people,
Ooh.
especially after this week. Just like the real world. There's just a camera in the office. There's a camera in the kitchen. There's a camera in the living room. And we just see him walking the halls and telling people they're fired and getting mad. Like, I want that reality show. No production needed. Just follow around Jerry Jones when he's pissed.
I wanna follow your lead, and I'd like a reality show of following Mike McDaniel. I think he's smoking weed on the job.
So someone sent me an Instagram video. It had to be AI of McDaniel's vaping on the sideline. I was like, this can't be real, but at the same time, it might be real.
Yeah, it could be real. Yep.
McDaniel's. I think if they hadn't won today by some miracle, I kind of think he wants to get fired.
He made one out of my that place is dysfunction.
Right, right. I kind of think he's like, if I'm going down, if I'm getting fired on Monday, like I'm gonna fucking go for it on 4th and 9. I'm going for it on every single 4th down in this game. I'm telling our players, guys, we're going for it on every single 4th down, just so you know. That's what I think is in his head right now.
Absolutely.
All right, that'd be a fun casting couch reality show. Best quote of the night. I got this one from the Sunday night game from our Hall of Famer, Chris Collinsworth. Did you see the video of the one guy recording his workouts from Hawaii?
I did not.
And he was doing like little breakdowns on the beach where he would put his feet in the water and then run up the shore and then back. And then he tied a rope to a soccer goalpost or a soccer goal to himself. And he was sidestepping and dragging the soccer goal with him on this field. So he's doing all these workouts on the beach. And Chris Collinsworth quote was, "If I was on the beach, I'd use that to hold my beers." I was like, whoa, Chris Collinsworth. And not beer, beers. So that one stood out to me. I have to write that down. I'd like to hear a drunk Chris Collinsworth. I bet he has some stories.
Oh, I bet.
Best quote. I thought Collinsworth and Tirico were really fun tonight. They've caught a lot of shit the last few weeks. I thought they were having a good time with a game that kind of got out of hand. So I thought it was a good broadcast. Oh, and then I thought, what happened to Michelle Tafoya? Didn't they used to have 2 sideline gals and now it's just one? Did she retire? I think she retired.
I don't remember. I don't know. I could have sworn she was there recently. I gotta look into that.
No, it's all Melissa Stark for like this year and maybe last too.
Wow. Okay.
I miss her. I always liked her. She was like a steady, consistent voice on the sidelines. All right, best quote for week 8.
My best quote is going to be McCourty, Devin McCourty. And he said 112 sacks, and talking about Myles Garrett, 112 sacks before the age of 30. The only thing is, can we get Myles Garrett some wins, not just sacks? And like, again, it's a Hall of Fame. He's going to have a Hall of Fame career, but that team will never win a Super Bowl with him there.
Wow. That was like a quote criticism hot take, poignant argument, all wrapped into one.
Take my Jags.
Jeez. Oh, I got one cringeworthy thing I want to share with you because it's a picture before we move on. Hold on, I'm going to share it here. Let me share my screen. Where are you here? Did you catch this clothing choice from the CBS broadcast? Hold on, let's find it. All right, Can you see that? What's going on there?
Not good. They're just putting anything out there at this point.
It looks like a Dick Tracy villain. There's something to the clothing choices on a lot of these shows, and CBS goes a little too hard in the paint.
Yeah, I'm not down for that look.
I wonder if that guy's first name is Arian. Arian Foster. I forgot about that one. I got multiple Arians. All right, next award, Best Play Call Award. I got to give it to Aaron Glenn. I thought it was idiotic at the time. The Jets going for 2, down 8, and it worked out. I have to say, it worked out, Aaron Glenn. You get the Play Call Award of the week.
My play call is going to be not play call, but play caller. Sean Payton getting the plays into Bo Nix. It was just nothing but success.
Yeah, Romo and Nance had that game, and they were very chummy, and they made a lot of jokes about Sean Payton chewing gum during that game. I don't know if you heard that, where like Romo was like, he needs a new piece of gum. Jim, he's gonna get a new piece of gum, Jim. He's chewing the hell out of that gum, Jim. There was a lot of jokes. Yeah, and they that game was boring in the second half, and they kept it fun as much as they could. Sean Payton definitely was good this week. What else happened that Dallas game that I wanted to make? Oh, Tony Romo sang. Did you hear him sing?
Yeah, I did.
You heard it too? Okay, good. Where he was like, money, money, money.
Yeah.
And then he did the pause where he was like, money. These guys are fun guys. All right, that was play call. And then lastly, who won the week? I give it to the Jets all the way. They won the week. They got the win. It was emotional. Jets all the way. They won the week for me.
Yeah, I'm going to second that too.
Yeah. I thought it was their week to enjoy. So those were the games. Those were the awards. And we got a Monday night, Omar. Fun one. We got the Washington Commanders, the team whose clothes you were wearing last week, go into Kansas City. Now, pros to this game. Washington, prime time, Kansas City. Very interesting. Cons, Washington may be bad.
But Washington's getting McLaurin and Debo back next week with the healthy Jaden. This week, I'm sorry, but Jaden may not be playing tomorrow, right?
That's what I was going to ask. Is this a Mariota on Washington?
I think it's Mariota, but with McLaurin, so I do not see Mariota beating Mahomes. I'm going to go with Chiefs 33, Commanders 16.
33-16. Wow. Are we going to have to talk about Mahomes MVP again after this game?
We will, but we should. I mean, he's good.
Yeah, I think they're coming on. I'm worried about Washington. I think they might have flamed out too early this season. I think there's some sophomore slump potential with them as well. So I'm going to go Chiefs 27, Washington 8. I think they get a 2-point conversion. But I'm going to go with a crazy prediction. I think Washington goes up early, maybe goes up 8-0 and then doesn't score any points in the whole second half like the Steelers did tonight. Like one Mariota scramble and we think Washington's good, and then that's it. So I think KC wins it. AFC West is going to be really tight. It's going to be the most fun division of the second half of the season too. All right, everybody, that was the Sunday Night Talk. That was Omar Carmona. We got trade deadline coming up this week. We got the second half of the season. We got Monday night. Omar is going to a Sunday night game in the near future.
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks. We're going to report on that. We're going to have a modified show for it. So get ready, everybody. This was the Sunday Night Talk. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe. We will be with you all season long. Omar, good night. Enjoy the cookies.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.